Hey there, it's Dave and no recipe required. Tonight I'm going to show you one of my favorite summertime recipes, corn and tomato succotash, we'll call it. Now I'm leaving off the beans, but by all means you can add beans, traditional and succotash. This is a super fresh, light, either side dish, or I like to use it like as a base for fish, chicken, pork, just about anything out there. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. The flavors are fresh, light, bright, simple to make. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing you're going to want to do for this corn and tomato succotash, we'll call it mock succotash, is roast off our tomatoes. These are little grape tomatoes. If you got cherry tomatoes, that's fine. Even if you're using larger tomatoes, just like cut them in quarters, cut them in half, and you're good to go. A little bit of olive oil in the pan. It's a cold pan. Some salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I'm going to throw this into 320 degree oven. 300 degree oven's fine for probably about an hour or so until the tomatoes are really broken down and all that flavor is nicely concentrated. Okay, so I'm going to use 4 ears of corn for our corn succotash here, and let me show you a little trick for taking it off the cob. It's raw, it's fresh. I just husked it. I throw a little dish towel down on my cutting board here and just kind of crimp up the edges. And then what happens is you slice down, the kernels just kind of fall right onto the towel in a cushioned blow and don't scatter all over the place like they would with a hard cutting board. So now that my corn is all nicely decobbed, we'll call it. How about cut off the cob maybe? I've got my towel, I've got my bowl here. All we need to do is lift this up carefully and then dump it right in the bowl, give the towel a wash, and you're good to go with our corn. So after about an hour or so in the oven, depending on your exact temperature, you're going to get these cherry tomatoes kind of nicely roasted down, oven roasted cherry tomatoes. You want to try and leave as much of that olive oil as you can in there, because what we're going to do is just drain these off, set them aside, and then in the same pan, turn the heat back on. I'm going to start our corn succotash with half a yellow onion. And I'm just going to let this go until it softens. Hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. So if your pan looks dry, go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil. I did. And then once the onions become a little translucent, I added 2 or 3 cloves of garlic that I also finely chopped. I'm going to let this go for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to add our corn. Doesn't take long to get that garlic softened, so we're going to add our 4, count them, big kernels of corn here. I'm also going to turn my heat now all the way up to high, because we're trying to cook the corn pretty quickly, right? It's beautiful, fresh corn. We don't want it soft or mushy at all. It's going to take probably about 5 minutes or so. Again, if you need a little bit more olive oil, go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil. And as always, season as you go. I've got a little bit of pepper there and a little bit of salt that we'll add. And then after about 5 minutes, we're going to come back and finish this off. So while the corn is cooking, every once in a while you want to give it a toss. You don't have to do it the pan way. If you just want to come in, move things around, just so that the corn on the bottom is getting rotated to the top. After about 5 minutes of cooking or so, you want to just pick up a kernel, give it a taste. It should be, getting tender, still have a little bit of toothiness to it, which these do. We're going to add back our tomatoes, and just go ahead and toss these all together now, and let them come together for another 2 or 3 minutes. After a couple minutes, everything's now warmed up again. The tomatoes are the same temperature of the corn. Now for herb, I'm adding a little bit of chopped scallion or green onion. You can go a couple different directions. You can use basil, you can use parsley, cilantro. Each would be a good option to take this in a bit of a different direction. I've got maybe a tablespoon, almost a tablespoon of butter in there. A little butter, never hurts anything. And then go ahead and taste the corn one more time. And you want to engage the seasoning there. And I think this one can use just a little bit more salt and pepper. So I'm going to add that now at the stove instead of at the table. We're going to toss everything together, and then we're good to go. Let's serve it up. Okay, let's go ahead and plate up our corn and tomato succotash. I'm going family style tonight. This is one of those great summer recipes that I love to bring to the table because it just looks so damn pretty. You can spread it out however you want, and what I'm doing tonight is serving a little bit of pork tenderloin. So we'll grab our pork tenderloin to go with our corn and tomato succotash. Just kind of spread it out like that, fan it. I don't have it all cut out so people can see it as you bring that beautiful pork to the plate. And I will see you next time on No Recipe Required. Holy cow, you made it to the end of the video. Hope you saw something you liked. Hope you try this recipe. If so, throw something in the comments. Let me know how it turned out. And you know what? I put videos up every week, sometimes twice a week. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. Click this little button right here. Should be somewhere around my fingers. And you'll get updates when I post new videos. You can comment, you can enjoy, we can all learn to cook better. I'll see you next time.